Yes, there is a such thing as putting too much gas in your gas tank. I'm Jake from 80/20 Media, and in this video, I'm going to teach you why you shouldn't overfill or top off your gas tank. When you fill up gas in your car, you want to fill it up until the pump clicks. When I talk about overfilling or topping off your tank, what I'm talking about is going back and repeatedly putting more gas into it until the pump continues to click multiple times to really get as much gas as possible into your gas tank. I know that that can be appealing if you're on long drives or if you just want to minimize how frequently you have to stop for gas. It's nice to be able to top it off as high as you can to get that little bit of extra mileage out of it. However, there are some significant repercussions that can come from this, and ultimately it can lead to some expensive repair bills. So let's go ahead and talk about the two main reasons why you shouldn't overfill your gas tank. Now, of course, there are a few other reasons, like you risk potentially spilling gas, which is harmful for the environment. It's a waste of your own money on the spilled gas, and it creates a fire risk. However, those aren't the main reasons that we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to go ahead and talk about the repair bills that it can lead to. The main reason you don't want to overfill your gas tank is because modern vehicles are equipped with an evaporative emissions system, which is known as EVAP. EVAP systems remove harmful fuel vapors from your gas tank, and they go ahead and pass those back into the engine so that they can be burned off rather than vented to the atmosphere, as fuel vapors in the atmosphere are bad for the environment. But before these gases go all the way back into the engine, they are passed through a charcoal canister. So basically how this works is we have a line right here that would attach somewhere along your gas tank. The vapors are gonna come out of your gas tank. They're gonna come into this canister right here, and then they're ultimately gonna be run through this charcoal filter and then back into the engine bay. Overfilling your gas tank can lead to this charcoal canister right here getting flooded, which ultimately is going to make it no longer work, and you're going to have to replace this whole assembly right here. And if you look at this whole thing, you can tell it's not just a basic $50 part. Furthermore, a lot of these systems are located all the way underneath the vehicle, close to the gas tank, and so depending on what car you have, it could be very difficult to access this, and therefore very expensive from a labor standpoint. Some of these canisters can end up being upwards of $300, $400, or $500, and to get it replaced, it's going to cost you about an hour and a half or 2 hours of labor, which at today's labor rates is going to give you another $250. So just by overfilling your gas tank, you can lead yourself to $400, $500, or $600 repairs. The second reason why you shouldn't overfill your gas tank is because there are a bunch of other EVAP components located throughout the engine. With the EVAP system, you have purge valves, you have vent valves, you have fuel pressure sensors, and a number of other components. And what happens when you put too much gas in your gas tank is, as that gas expands from heat, it goes ahead and increases the amount of pressure within the EVAP system, which can go ahead and lead to you running into issues with your vent valves and purge valves and all of your sensors and different components that control the EVAP system. So it's not just this component right here that you might risk damaging. There are a number of other EVAP components throughout the engine that can also go bad. Of course, depending on what it is that goes bad, you could be looking at an expensive repair bill too. Ultimately, either of these scenarios where you flood your canister right here or one of the other components of the EVAP system, you're gonna run into a number of issues. You're likely gonna experience rough idling, poor performance, and decreased fuel economy. So while topping your tank off or overfilling it might seem harmless, you're putting your car at risk for repairs that could leave you $300, $400, $500, $600, or maybe even $700 in the dirt. So just by simply filling it up until the pump clicks one time, you can save yourself a lot of money down the road from running into one of these issues with your EVAP system from overfilling the gas tank. All right, guys, well, that covers it for our tips and tricks on filling up gas in your vehicle. Don't overfill your gas tank. If you guys appreciate this video, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel and watch all the videos that we have on tips and tricks to help you get more reliability out of your vehicle and save on repair bills.